everyone, and welcome to another edition of my nail polish of the week. This week I will be reviewing another e.l.f. nail polish, and this one is in the shade Prissy Chrissy. And by the way, do you like my little Christmas decoration over here? The shade Prissy Chrissy is one of the newer shades that e.l.f. put out, and the label on the cap notes that it is free of 3 damaging substances, which I will list in the info box below before I totally butcher them trying to pronounce them. As you can probably recognize from the bottle, this nail polish is a pretty neutral shade of pink. And this is a close-up of what the nail polish looks on my nails versus in the bottle. So as I said, a very neutral shade of pink, very good for professional environments. Like all e.l.f. nail polishes, this one also retails for $2. What I am currently wearing on my nails are 3 coats of this color. I initially did 2 coats as I normally do, and then I did some cooking and then it chipped pretty badly on me. So I applied another layer on top of the 2 that I already had in order to restore its appearance somewhat, because I didn't feel like redoing my nails completely. You probably already know that I am a fan of e.l.f. nail polishes, but I have to say that this one is rather disappointing. I find that the consistency of this is slightly clumpier than what you normally get from e.l.f. It is reasonably opaque, meaning that you could get away with just 1 coat of this. But when you apply it, it kind of goes on streaky. It does settle into a pretty homogeneous coat once it dries. But when you first apply it on your nail with the brush, it does look rather streaky, which is something that I have not experienced with other e.l.f. nail polishes. And this one takes a long time to dry. Now don't get me wrong, generally e.l.f. nail polishes require a rather long time to dry, but this one needs so much longer. And it's not so much the drying time per se. Do you know that situation when you touch your nail like this and your nail polish is no longer sticky and you think, okay, I'm good and I can go on with the rest of my day? And then if you try to open any kind of packaging or a cosmetics compact or anything, then you get these deep imprints into your nail that completely ruin your manicure. So I find that this is a nail polish that is very prone to getting those indents, because although it does dry superficially, somehow it remains soft underneath. So that means that unless you're willing to give it several hours to dry, you probably cannot do any kind of vigorous housework. Now I do have to say that I did not use any kind of fast drying top coat like Sèche Vite or anything like that, so that may improve the situation somewhat. But the trick that I use to deal with that situation is that I prefer to coat my nails with nail polish before going to bed. So maybe half an hour before going to bed, and in that half an hour the nail polish will be dry, at least the outermost layer will be dry, and then as I sleep the rest of it will harden, and then when I wake up the next day I can go on doing my normal routine and not worry about getting imprints. So if you're willing to deal with that hassle of having to wait, of planning when you do your nails, or maybe using a fast drying top coat, which could help, I cannot vouch for that as of yet, this might be a nice shade. I mean, it's a nice neutral kind of basic shade. It's not something that will blow your mind. It's just a very basic shade. I do think it's a pretty shade at that, but to be honest, I will not repurchase this shade in particular because I think that other e.l.f. nail polish shades are a lot prettier and they have much better quality than this one. I hope that this review was helpful. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!